we go. Or show up over here. Now we'll wait a second. Wait a second and dive into this. Okie dokie. What was the stuff I was looking at last week? Ah, yeah. Grab that there. Throw this over here. And I'll show up in a second. I'll make sure that theoretically streaming. And there it is. All right, sweet. Now we get into it. So let's close that out. Make this bigger. And let's start reviewing through everything. All right, so I got up about an hour ago. I went and got my workout in. Some pushing and pulling and dumbbells and barbells. It was good. Tomorrow's gonna be a running day for me. I'll see some people that just like get super hyped up for these kinds of live streams, and I just don't think that's me. But we can review stuff here. So that did happen. We did cold call client. So let's start building out our tasks for the day. So we need to get these two done. This is one that I definitely started on last week. I had the realization that instead of building a bunch of separate softwares, which I'll eventually sell to people, I should make this all one cohesive software suite for small business owners and owner operators. Because I realized that everything that I am planning and envisioning and designing, it all builds off of the idea that that you have an owner operator running a business needing to keep track of customers. And so what you need is a central place for keeping track of customers. And from there, it becomes easy to build off a little, communications portal, which texts customers or calls them, and can keep logs of texts and transcripts of phone calls, and is accessible by AI and other automated tools that I can then build out to simplify their life. And so that's where like the missed call text back software gets built into, and that's where we build a sort of automated customer relationship type of thing where we can build in things like based off of the industry, creating automated suggested reach out queues to customers to get returning customers, to create appointments, and handling a sort of centralized review management and online presence management place within that, so that you can see where like all this stuff builds off of a central software. And that's basically what I'm looking at, or that's what this task, set up a customer knowledge base / AI accessible CRM for me to work with, kind of turned into. Because the idea was, oh, I need to build something for me so that I can keep track of who I'm working with, so I can keep track of their responses and stuff, so that as I give my marketing agents access to this customer database, that I'll be able to be helped with keeping track of things and make sure I'm making better promotional and marketing and advertising decisions to get my stuff out there. Because that's, I think, fair to say, like if you work in creating software at all, or if you try creating your own things, then you know that it's making something good's a part of a part of the equation, but you've got to make people care about it in this attention economy. People are so wrapped up in their feeds and just their day-to-day life that you have to like make people look at things um, without making them feel like they're being made to look at things in order to get them to realize that you have something really cool that's worth paying for. And so yeah, so I need help with the advertising, but because this started as something for me, I then realized, oh wait, this is just what I'm building for everybody else. So I should just build it for myself as I work with people selling websites, and that way I'm the one testing it because I'm actively using it as I try to sell website hosting to people and give them free websites. That by the time that I'm comfortable, like that I'll have a natural development and testing process to make sure that it's something that I'm ready to sell to people because I'll be testing it the whole time, so I'll know when it's ready. Um, uh, that aside, let's get our other stuff in here. All right. I said cooperative compasses, and then we need to look into automated LLM-driven open source media management tools. Also look into post-its, post-its, post-it notes. I think that's right because I need to be able to automate as much stuff as I can. That's the reason why I do these lives, because I just end up keep following through on the social media side of my accountability contract just while I'm working. That's the most convenient way to do things. And then eventually tasks, OmniRoute, and other similar things, super cool. There's just cool stuff I can do. This is a cool thing for sure. That's something I'll want to do as I'm building out stuff. I want to make sure. That's, yeah. That's one thing that I'm having a hard time figuring out the best way to handle. Maybe I should, um, I think today I need to do more cold calls. Um, at least one more. I'm still kind of uncomfortable with them, but I did my first cold call on Friday. I called the salon, and they they're like, actually, we have too many customers. We don't want more. That's okay, I guess. Um, so I just need to keep cold calling people and get myself more comfortable with it. The goal is to get uncomfortable so I can get comfortable talking to people because this is an area that I don't like, and so I gotta push myself into it. So cold call another customer. I want to, if I'm honest, I should bump these up here, and then, oh goodness, ah, sorry. Um, okay, so yeah, we need to. I I would say actually that this was complete. I designed something, but now I need to build it. Where are we at on that? Let me bring this over here. Where's my... Let me just... Blaze WM cheat sheet. I need to keep that thing up somewhere. So it's just, oh, it's just Alt. There we go. That's Alt P or U. Theoretically, I know this stuff. I don't recognize that. Maybe that's just on the vertical ones. Oh yeah, yeah it is. Okay, cool. Anyways, all right, now this is Shade Salon. I can I can shut off that NPM server. And here we go. Here's the executive office. Yeah. Finish planning CRM. Yeah. That's what I've been doing is that's why I started doing yesterday. I was planning out all the high level plans for the CRM, trying to figure out, because the question isn't, oh, can I make a database that I can then give a front end to with customer IDs and data attached to it. I can do that. The question is, how do we structure the data for the CRM so that I'm ready to be able to plug these future products that I'm designing in later? Because that's how we scale to 10K, I think. Yeah, because in order for me to make 10K a month, I mean, let's just do some quick math here, right? If I'm selling at $50 a month, then that means in order to hit 10K, I would have to convince 200 people to let me host their website for them. Possible, but it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of grunt work. But let's say I build other products like a CRM, like AI-driven review management, online presence management, like auto responses to missed calls to ensure that people capture customers that they would have lost. That's the stuff that I can say I get to the average of like billing 200 a month for these businesses. Well, 2,000 divided by 200, only 50 businesses as opposed to 200. Which, yeah, you flip the math, right? And so that's the goal here. And of course, the idea is that as I'm building this CRM, like I was saying before, that'll set me up to make it easier to handle things. But enough talk. I'm thinking about Kung Fu Panda. Enough talk. Let's fight. Yeah, finish planning CRM. I think I should also generate some more website client leads. I have some to work with, but I think I want to look in some other areas. I think I want to try. Let's see, sorry. I thought I heard something. Let me just, my goodness. All right. I wanted to try some Utah County, all the entrepreneur bros out there. So I do want to kind of stick at least somewhat local since I'm in Utah. So I want to try looking at price. Yeah, we're gonna try looking at price, and I want 10 leads. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And then secondary tasks. I could I'm thinking about an eventually task right now, actually. Because I was just thinking about how nice it would be for me to be able to have the software that I'm trying to build for these businesses for myself. Because I want to be able to, as I'm calling people, have AI running in the background automatically transcribing the call so that I can keep those transcripts so that my marketing agents can analyze them, so my engineering agents can analyze them. Because say I hop on a phone call and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'd love a free website." Like, cool. I want to make sure to get your personality on it. Like, let's hop on a video call or whatever, and then like make sure that all that's getting transcribed. So as I ask them questions like, "What do you think about this style? Show me some websites that you like. When you look at this website, like what words come to mind and things like that," so that we can like really nail down the style and really get like the absolute best product and service possible for these people that I'm trying to serve. And so that's where we gotta that's where I think it would be really helpful. So I want to put in the eventually tasks, build a communications portal which um, handles audio transcription and text record keeping and is accessible to a small but smart AI agent team. Yeah. All right. Trying to figure out if I can show what's in my VS Code right now. I think I can. All right. All right, let me see if I can remember where I was at last time on this. Okay. I really need to go get my other mouse. Okay. We're looking at things. Catalog is real, it just isn't a schema builder. Every invoice is line items. The catalog is a library of saved line items with default prices, letting on a settings page. Davis never has to visit to send his first invoice. We can work for 6 months just typing materials, 450 by hand, and a save diagnostic creating it. Because it's typed 100 times. Yep. Roll right into the doc. The catalog is an accelerator, never a prerequisite. The user must configure something before they can invoice. We've built the wrong thing. Yes. The goal is to make the CRM as simple as possible. I'm not trying to build a Salesforce for corporations. I'm trying to build something that's actually helpful for small owner operators or small businesses with 1 to 10 employees or something. This should be only helpful. This should never be a headache. This should be something that people take a breath of fresh air using, because they use it and they're like, okay, maybe I have to get used to it over the course of a few days, but this isn't going to be a multi-month learning process, and it's going to be something that helps people in the long run, helps them grow their business, helps them focus on doing what they love doing what they're good at, and not handling administrative marketing headaches. Because I get that. Like I've been saying in this live stream, I hate marketing, I hate sales, I hate cold calls. I always have. I just want to build something that's awesome, that will help people, and I wish it was true that if I could build the good tool that people will just come to it. And so I want to build the tools that help people not have to do that. So the more this works for me, the more it'll work for other people. All right, water. Okay. We're putting in the work. Stripe tax costs the blocker, but I still recommend it against it for V1. So Stripe tax, pricing confirmed payments processed through Stripe. Stripe tax is a percentage of the transaction, published at 0.5%, confirmed via standalone tax API. It's pay-as-you-go. Each transaction API call includes 10 free calculation calls. then an additional 5 cents per calculation. Some days, a few cents to a few dollars, affordable problems or elsewhere. Calculation. The hard part registration is Stripe Tax tells you a rate and monitors when you cross the state's economic nexus threshold. It cannot make Dave registered to collective jurisdiction. Dave is an HVAC contractor in one metro. He is registered in one state and will never cross a nexus threshold. The entire product he'd be paying for solves a problem he does not have. Stripe's tax codes are built for goods, not contractor work. The 400 plus product tax codes are largely physical goods. The contractor pattern pay tax on the materials at purchase, collect later on labor fee with the rules inverting state by state isn't something a tax code selection resolves. You'd still be asking Dave to classify correctly. So if he's the one paying sales tax, okay. Let me just, that's good. Two, if Dave is the, well, let me finish reading this. I need to get the I have ADHD skill for my AI agents. They're more succinct and to the point. And we have a ton of forest fires by where I'm at. Well, at least big ones, and the smoke's in the air. It's making me congested. Okay. Drive tax. Yep. Say isn't something it has somebody else knows. Your address heuristic has a subtle bug. Contractor sales tax is generally sourced to the job site, not the billing address. So we have an address. So an address on file isn't sufficient. You need the service address for that specific job, which may differ from the customer's address. Okay. So if Dave is the so if taxes being paid is handled just on the materials that Dave buys, then we don't really have to worry about that because he just bakes that into the total amount that he bills the customer. If that's the case, that's great and it simplifies things for us. Also, as far as the address on file, I was meaning the address of the customer, which the contractor is working for. Each customer in the CRM would have an address, so we would be billing based on that address, not the user's business address. That being said, sounds like it's unnecessary, at least for now. Wait. So, what does the contractor have to keep track of as far as sales tax? Do they charge sales tax for their services? I probably just need to talk to some actual contractors to get the answer to that, but we'll go with this for now. Let's see. Roles locked. Okay. Owner, admin, everything included. Yep. Staff invited, gets access to contacts, jobs, create some invoices, cannot see revenue reporting totals or billing status. Yes. And then the homeowner is another user receiving a text with a link. That link is on an authenticated tokenized page showing one invoice and how to pay. No account, no password, no portal. Is perfect and exactly what I want for what we discussed. Okay. Last round, 4 things that'll generate the design system. Visual identity. How should Dave feel opening this on his phone in a truck at 7 a.m.? Give me 3 or 4 words, and there are products whose look you want to draw from or explicitly avoid. For example, the honest competitor set here is Jobber, House Call Pro, and Service Titan. Worth telling me if you want to sit near them or deliberately against them. Good question. I'll go ahead and take a look at these. Jobber UI. I don't want. Give me Jobber. Yeah, Jobber. All right. Okay. All right, this is definitely helpful. Let's see, House Call Pro. Let's see. Yeah. It's interesting with this one. They don't tell you up front what their pricing is. Let's just say that. Next. Okay, so these guys charge more than Jobber. And then Service Titan. Yeah, all these guys are all pushing AI on their stuff. Explore commercial, explore residential products. Okay, so they have a few different options. These guys are different. Yeah. These guys don't. No, this is like super basic stuff. I'm not worried about Service Titan. Service Titan doesn't really do what I do. House call Mike, kind of. Let's see. Jobber is pretty cool. Oh, that's their annual billing. Their monthly, no, there we go, there we go. So here's the thing. Let me just pull this over here, and I'll show you guys why I actually think I'm going to be the better option here. So looking at Jobber here, their core is $50 a month, right? What do they include? Book and schedule jobs online. That's key for people can, you know, schedule calendar appointments. There's pros and cons to that. Send professional quotes. Yeah. Uh, send invoices and receive online payments. That's code for Stripe API stuff. Create a professional website. I'm guessing that means that they have some kind of website builder. I highly doubt that they do customized SEO optimized websites like I do. Track performance with built-in reporting app. That's just a reports thing. And kept with 100+ tools through the app marketplace. That is cool. I will say that is a very cool thing that will be very difficult for me to replicate unless I let this be an open source thing, which I could actually. I could let it be an open source thing. Then if somebody really feels like they're super tech savvy, they are welcome to take it all, host it themselves. But then if they want the service of hosting and having me take care of all that, that's what I charge for. We'll see. Maybe if they ask me, I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll send you the source code. Probably shouldn't do that. If I work hard on it, I should keep it for myself. Oh, but this is also, yeah, one user. That's interesting. So this is a per user thing too. And I'm planning on making this just be a base price for the business period, and they can add however many users they want. Maybe I should charge for that? I don't know. But my version of this, because they're like, oh, $29 a month. But that's like if you, no commitment, billing monthly. So I could probably do like honestly, it's pretty smart to do like a lower cost if you do an annual plan or something. I like that idea. It'll help me with getting funds to keep things going early on too. Like if instead of $50, it was $50, so that would be them paying me $600 a month or $600 a year. If I did, yeah, I would be comfortable saying drop it to, let's see, drop to 480 a year, save them $120 a year if they commit to a year or if they pay annually. Anyways, that being said, yeah, $480 up front. That would be awesome for handling operational costs and stuff. And yeah, that would be great. So that being said, send automated client reminders. So this gets into the stuff that I'm kind of want to do similar things to. I definitely want to do send automated client reminders. That's a little vague. Collect payments automatically. Yep, that's code for, automation of, invoice has not been paid, send another text, that kind of thing. Standardized job documentation with checklists. I think these guys know how to do that. They know how to do their job. If they have a checklist, they're gonna have a checklist. I don't need to make them push it into my software. Automate quote and invoice follow-ups. Yeah, that kind of seems like the same thing as automated client. Well, this might be like automated, like trying to create leads out of old clients, which I guess makes sense. But collect payments automatically and automate quote and invoice follow-ups. That kind of sounds like the same thing. Whatever. Sync with QuickBooks Online. That is a good thing I should do. A lot of people seem to use QuickBooks, so I should probably make sure that there's easy integrations and also in all the most common low-cost accounting softwares that people use. So QuickBooks, I think Zoho has a suite of tools that are free or very low cost. So I'll want to look into that. And then their high cost item, customized quotes with rich visuals and reviews. Um, I mean, okay. I guess, yeah, it makes sense. I kind of just want to do that from the get-go. I don't want to make that like the high ticket stuff for me would be upsell services with optional line items, track time, track profitability with job costing, connect customers through two-way SMS. See, for me, this is like one of the base things I want to get to them. So here's what I see. I see what I want to sell. I want to do everything that they do, minus the fluff in the two cheap categories. Then my expensive category, I want to be like just online presence management and automated customer retention and reach outs and all the like kind of fancy AI things that just take stuff off the plate. I want that all to be in the high ticket item, and so I really do think like definitely undercut uh, House Call Pro and Service Titan. Those are going to be easy to undercut, especially because I don't think they do as good of a job. Jobber, I think, is the main competition, and I think I can do it better. Um, or at least I can do it simpler, right? Because the question, I think for busy people, they don't want something that tries to do everything. They want to do something that simplifies their life, and that means doing a few things really well. And so that's the goal here. Do a few things really well. Um, but now that I have that, let's bring back this. Wait, what even was the um yes. After reviewing the different competitors, I think I'm most impressed by Jobber. Um, let's look at, actually, I'm gonna look at some of their, um, ultimately, well, the words which come to mind for me for the design style is simple, easy, effective. Uh, the goal of this app is not to be everything. It's to be what is necessary to simplify life and be just that and be good at that. Um, looking at the competitors, I think they have a fair bit of fluff, which crowds out their websites and designs. Jobber is the best because they keep things clean. Um, when it's 7 a.m. or even earlier, a contractor doesn't need confusion in their digital workspaces. They need something that's easy to work with. Um, so that's visual identity. We want to look at scale. We're just looking at how many tenants at launch. Um, I could see maybe 1 to 5 tenants at launch. And in 12 months, oh my god. Okay. At, at 12 months, I would like to be at least 50. Well, I would like to be at 50 to 200, something like that. Widespread, but it is what it is. Each tenant would have customer records. That's a good question. So, say you're a contractor, you do work for 5 people a day, 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year. So it is conceivable that they could eventually kind of balloon up to in the thousands of customer records. While it would take a while, each tenant could conceivably grow to the point that they have thousands of customers in their customer base. Although I have a hard time imagining anything higher than 3,000. Still, we would definitely want to ensure we're taking advantage of long-term storage options to keep cloud costs low. Where does it run? Stupid basement. Supabase with PostgreSQL is what I'm experienced with. However, if there is something which we should consider switching to for performance's sake, then we should do that. I know I have seen recent projects recreating Postgres in Rust, increasing performance. Or I should say, reducing call times by 90%. So maybe using these projects is all we need to ensure back-end performance with potentially large customer bases as we scale. Either that, or maybe there's some sort of automated scaling that occurs using Terraform/Ansible in a cloud environment like Oracle, AWS, or GCP. Folder name, this isn't product 3 anymore, it's the platform. I'd suggest engineering/CRM folder name. That sounds good with me. Okay, we're gonna let that run for a bit. It is almost time for me to start working. I don't know what to say right now other than thank you. Is it accurate for me to say thank you, nobody? Yes, it is. We are still on 0 live viewers. Woo! That's okay. I kind of prefer it that way. Regardless, we're doing it. Somebody's going to see this. And because somebody's going to see this, I know I have to keep doing this to keep myself accountable, to keep myself working at this. We're going to get to 10K in a month. We're going to grow this. And in that process, I'm going to take care of my family. I'm going to make sure that they have nothing to worry about. I'm going to make sure that my wife can go to the grocery store and buy things without stressing. Because that is a big part of what being a dad is about. About taking care of the hard things. It's about being the guy who says who's going to carry the boats. As David Goggins might say, I'm carrying the boats. I'm not going to let the things stay this way. I've burned my bridges, in, so to speak, in my accountability contract. There's no going back for me. I'm doing this until we make it. And so if I ever get tired of getting up early, there's no option to stop. The only option is to push harder, to grow the fire bigger, and to keep going until we're done. That's